In the year 2028, one Big Mac will equal $1 million. From the Gospel of John McAfee. Bro, just learn to code. The Project Freedom Podcast.
Boom. Welcome to the Project Freedom Podcast. I'm Josh from ELP. This is episode number 11, where we discuss anything and everything that has to do with sovereign individualism and living a life of freedom. It looks like, so this is take two. Tried to do the first one earlier and that didn't work. It looks like this one's also not working either. So guys, I don't know if you guys can see and or hear me. You probably definitely can't see me because, this is what I'm looking at on my end. And I don't know. There's a hurricane passing through Florida right now, so that might have something to do with it, or the YouTube overlords aren't taking kindly to me, I guess. So this is what I'm seeing, guys. If you're seeing something like that, I apologize. But if you can hear me, then I guess we can just commence to talking. I'm just gonna pretend like everything's normal. It says you're fine. So Cody, you can see me, Cody? Beautiful. All right, well, whatever. I'm just going to pretend like there's nothing wrong, and we're just going to go ahead and everything is normal. Beautiful. Great. All right. Okay, guys. So, yes, episode number 11, take 2. Code is a black hole. All right. So what exactly does that mean? Code is a black hole. So you guys were watching MLD and Charlie's review of their interview with John McAfee from earlier this morning. They were actually talking about a lot of the same stuff that I'm going to talk about today. And they don't really know 100% that that's what they were talking about, but it is. And this is everything I'm about to go over right now. It's not like it's not conspiracy. It's not like made up in my head or in anyone's head. It's just an actual thing that's actually happening. So yeah, check up on the chat. Cody Mouse, Sam, Solo's in here. Wade Emery says, I can only see buffering and Cody in the chat. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Again, that's what I'm seeing too. You guys can hear me though? Cody apparently can see and hear everything. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's the end of the world. It's over. I should just quit, pack up my bags and go home. I'm loading it real quick on mine. Let me see if it'll actually work. But for all I know, something to do with the hurricane. Yeah. Looks like it's not even working at all. Jeez Louise. All right. Can anyone up here other than Cody see and hear me? Is it just Cody that can see and hear me? Max says, I am here to eat, lift, and program, all out of Subway sandwiches. Dude, you're fucking hilarious, Max. You always crack me up. Christian Soto, I was getting buffering too, but I can see and hear you. Beautiful. Cody says, plot twist, I'm connected to your Wi-Fi. Uh-oh. Are you connected to the Wi-Fi with the name FBI Surveillance Van number 7? I don't know, guys. Something's wrong because I can see that there's like several people in the chat, and it says that there's 0 viewers. I don't know. But anyway, let's all just pretend. Let's pretend like it's all okay, right? Let's ignore all that, okay? So back to the topic at hand. All right, guys, back to the topic at hand. Code is a black hole. Software is eating the world, guys, and it has been for quite some time. You guys might not have realized it. Some people do. My chat delay is atrocious. Yeah, something's not right, Cody. Something's not right. I see someone in one of our Telegram group chats like answering me from a question I still said on my last stream. So like apparently it's extremely delayed. But I don't know, guys, just write it out. Let's just see if it works out. And if not, fuck it. We'll do the exact same stream again, part 3. But I don't think we're gonna have to do that. Let's just give it a second. So software is eating the world, right, guys? And what do I mean by that? Again, to reiterate, think about like everything that we have in the real world right now, right? Well, the way that we think about it now, a lot of our reality has already been dematerialized and rematerialized into software. So things like this right here, an iPhone, all right? Things like this is normal to everybody now, right? To imagine living without one of these, it would be very hard to do, especially for people who were, like Zoomers who were born in the age of IT, where this is all like this, they were born with this stuff. They had their hands on a computer right when they came out of the womb, right? But back in my day, back in good old 1991, the year that I was born in, the internet wasn't like super readily available to everybody. Okay. Neither were computers. They were actually quite expensive because they were very hard to produce and they were very slow and clunky. And the internet was also really shitty. Like that was like, and then we had dial up and all that too. So yeah, I don't even know if you guys are even in here because it still says 0, but I'm just going to go ahead and pretend like I'm talking to myself and I'll tell myself a story. Okay. So yeah, the internet happened, right? That's basically the beginning of all this stuff, guys, is the internet happened. Okay. And if you guys have seen one of my videos about what is Web3, I kind of explained some of this, but I didn't really harp on the subject of the dematerialization of reality and the rematerialization of that reality into software. Okay. Wade Emery says, hey, hi. I don't know if you guys can even see her here. Oh, am I suddenly back now? Is it suddenly all good? You are live. I am live. I believe that my chat is just probably extremely delayed. All right, guys. Checking on this guy one more time. Let's see. While I sip my coffee. Oh, wow. It's pretty delayed. St. Chocolates, as I can see and hear you. All right. Yeah, something's and it looks like the quality is like off too. All right, but it looks like it works. So just like I said, guys, I don't know if you were hearing me when I was rambling earlier. I have a feeling that it's going to work out just fine and just be a-okay, and that we're not going to have anything to worry about. And it looks like we don't, so it's all good. So back to the topic at hand. Finally, hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But all right, software is eating the world. Okay, and for the people who weren't in here, I just use the analogy of this, the iPhone, right? An iPhone. Pretty simple thing, right? Pretty much everyone in the United States of America has this or some sort of other brand equivalent, right? But what is an iPhone? An iPhone is it used to be an iPod phone, basically, right? So it used to be a phone and an MP3 device fused together. Okay. And they also had apps, right? And at the beginning, there wasn't a whole lot of apps. I don't know if you guys remember way back in the day. I think the first iPhone came out in like 2006, 2005, maybe 2004. I don't think 2004, probably 2005 or 2006. Okay. And that was actually a huge change for humanity at the time. And I'm going to explain the reason why to you guys in a second. So if you just be patient, and bear with me, guys, I promise you're going to learn something from this, okay? But I just want you guys to keep that in mind. A technology that we all pretty much take for granted every day, like the iPhone, because we pretty much all use it all the time. Venture to say that some people use it more than they actually do other things on an hourly basis every day. St. Chocolate says 2007. Yeah, I think so. It might have been 2007, dude. Anyway, I mean, you guys get the point. But where did all this start from? It started basically from the birth of the internet. Okay, at least to the point of where the internet caught critical mass and had achieved widespread adoption to where everyone and anyone had instant access to it, right? And even today, guys, like, when's the last time you guys have gone into a restaurant or a store or a coffee shop or I don't know, you name it, some sort of physical location that you have to go in for retail and they haven't had Wi-Fi? And it's pretty much free everywhere too, right? And before that was the case, before everyone had their own Wi-Fi rigs sitting around, there was public libraries, and you could just straight up go in and use a computer there, right? So the birth of the internet, and that was, and at the time we didn't know this, but it was, we're going to refer to this period as Web 1, okay, Web 1.0, okay. And what did that really do? Well, it basically dematerialized information, and it rematerialized it digitally, okay? So in the beginning, if you guys don't remember way back in the day, because I'm only 29, so I don't really remember a whole lot of that stuff back then, but I was tinkering with computers when I was probably like 5 or 6, okay? Like my dad actually taught me to build my first website. If you guys remember The Legend of Zelda, I made a website that just had a picture of Link on it, and that was really it. But yeah, so back then, not everyone knew how to code, right? And at the time in Web 1, in the time of the first age, Web 1. All right. Basically, a majority of people only read things from the internet. Okay. They only took in information from the internet, right? And this happened for quite some time, right? And then eventually we had software that made it easier for people to write code for websites. More people created websites. More and more people were like, hey, I need to move my business online, or I need to make an app, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So then there was the birth of Web 2, all right? Web 2.0, which is basically, we're basically in right now, although we're going to get there in a second, guys. But Web 2, or we can call it Normie Web, if you guys want to call that the Normie Web. That's where all the plebs are going to be hanging around on. And after the next 5 years are up, they're still going to be in Web 2. Trust me, watch, we'll see. And in Web 2, that was basically the birth of cloud computing, okay? And this unlocked like a whole new level of like freedom for humanity, all right? And it sounds fucking retarded, but I'm serious. So, all right, so cloud computing. Okay, so back to the iPhone example, all right? This thing right here, an iPhone, all right? A big old clunky device, but what does it have? An iPhone has a camera, and how does that camera run? Well, there's code that was written to make this camera work, right? Even though these new iPhones had these fancy, like, 3 separate lenses and whatever, guys, the lenses really don't do jack shit for the camera. The reason Apple iPhone's camera is so good is because of their software, right? They basically have like a magic algorithm that they had. The only way to get this algorithm is they had to sacrifice some of their employees' souls to Satan to get this algorithm, right? But it's a pretty damn good algorithm. But okay, perfect example in the Web 2 and the cloud computing realm. So what happened to like OG cameras? Normal people don't have like real cameras anymore, right? Normal people just have iPhones, okay? Because there's no need to go and spend $800, $1,200. I mean, unless you take photography is, a job, a side job or whatever, or it's a passion that you have. Normal people don't have cameras anymore, right? And if you guys probably remember when y'all were growing up, your family had a camera, right? They even probably had your family probably had several cameras. They probably had, couple of those crappy, like I don't know if you guys remember, I don't know the brand name of it, but you guys remember those disposable cameras that you would just bring with you on a vacation or something, and you could take pictures and you go into like the CVS or the Walgreens and they would like print the pictures out, right? We don't have those anymore, right? And that's like a pretty huge innovation in and of itself right there. So it's now a phone, a camera, and it's a media device as well. Plus we add on top of that all the different apps, okay? All the different apps that are in the App Store. And then cloud computing is going on at the same time. So, I'm using StreamYard's service to stream through YouTube right now, okay? I don't have to download anything on my computer. I can just go to the website, StreamYard.com, log in, and everything's already set up for me. All my information is stored on the cloud, all right? And there's a bunch of services like this out there, right? Pretty much everything is. Google Drive. You guys don't realize how much stuff is on the cloud, all right? 1 second, let me check in with the chat, my friends. Max Dignitas says, in the beginning was Al Gore. Christian Soto says, Max sacrificing employees, a small price to pay for salvation. Indeed. Brian Cooper says the Kodak cameras. That's right, Brian. They were the Kodak cameras. They were. I think they had a couple other ones too. But yeah, exactly, my friend. Exactly. All right. So I think you guys are getting my point. And now, what do you guys like? If you guys want to go check your bank account balance. You don't have to go to an ATM anymore, right? You can just open up your phone, go to your app for your bank account, and then information is there super fast, right? So this is NormieNet. This is Web 2.0, Web 2, right? And we've pretty much already dematerialized almost everything in mankind so far and rematerialized it in the form of software. Okay, guys, pretty much everything that can be optimized via software has been dematerialized and rematerialized. Thus the saying that code is a black hole. All right, so now onto the piece de resistance for this stream. All right, guys, so here you go. I actually have an orange pill here now. I have a big orange pill. I actually don't really like this one very much. Let's see. Give you guys, we can, if the camera can focus on this guy right here. The person who made this for me, looks like they did a shitty job. I got it off of Etsy. It's kind of elongated. When it said orange pill plushie, orange Bitcoin pill plushie, I thought that they meant a capsule, but it was like it's more of like a tablet. All right. But you guys, now we're going to talk about software eating up the financial system and corporations and the government, maybe the government too. I don't know. We have to, guys, if we're going to talk about the government, we have to be really, really quiet, okay? Because we don't want anybody to know that we're talking about that because we might get in trouble, okay? So shh, just keep it down low, okay? All right, guys. So here, so we're gonna take the orange pill, all right? And then we're also gonna go ahead. We're gonna take the D5 pill as well, all right, my friends. We're gonna take the D5 pill as well, okay? Here we go. All right, I know you guys love it. I bought those just to do that for the single stream. That's how much I love you guys. All right. So guys, Web3. What is the only thing so far that has not been dematerialized and rematerialized into software? What? The financial system? Yeah, that's right. That's right, guys. And actually, it already partially has, okay? It already partially has. They've already done it themselves, all right? People are already used to not having to go to an ATM to check their balance, all right? People are used to not having to go into a bank to deal with their fucking money. They have the computer now to do that stuff, right? And now we have the orange pill, Boomer Coin, right? And what does Boomer Coin do? Or what is Boomer Coin a dematerialization and rematerialization of? You guys tell me. I mean, theoretically, it could be quite a few things, guys, right? In my opinion, the Boomer Coin itself is a dematerialization and a rematerialization of the Federal Reserve, right? We have code now, literally, and guys, the code for Bitcoin is really not that complex. It's actually not at all. It's actually super simple. If you guys have been in my streams before, you guys know that I've talked about NGU technology or number go up technology. It's basically like someone wrote the code to have a flawless payment processing system that was decentralized, that was more secure than anything that we have currently now, that isn't biased by a certain entity or certain people. It doesn't care about your thoughts or your feelings. Doesn't care if you want to like destroy and conquer the whole world. Doesn't care if you want to go and spend that money on a vacation in Cancun. It doesn't care if you want to buy drugs with it. All right, it doesn't care what you want to do with it. It's just code and it's unbiased and it has no opinion. All right. So one could say that Bitcoin is still continuing the same conversation from earlier, that Bitcoin is a dematerialization of part of our financial system and a rematerialization of it into software. Okay. Now, what about this guy right here? What about this one? What is this guy a dematerialization and a rematerialization of? DeFi, right? What is DeFi? DeFi is, well, currently DeFi, if you guys don't know, stands for decentralized finance, all right? But I'm sure most of my viewers, my subscribers, you're all the intelligent ones, so you guys already know that. Christian Soto says adorable. I think he means raison d'etre. I don't know, Max. Can't speak French. Cuddy Mouse says it's a suppository. It is a suppository. Christian Soto said put some googly eyes on it. Somebody send me some googly eyes. Cody Mouse, money. Yeah, Bitcoin, dematerialization of money. No better way to put it, right, Cody? Okay. But DeFi. Currently, right now, the Ethereum network is being used to dematerialize financial corporations, private entities, right? Not just. I'm not talking about governmental entities because Bitcoin can do that too. Bitcoin can dematerialize that, and it basically, in essence, as a store of money, or as a form of money or store of value, in a non-biased way, it is code that is written that does all those things. But DeFi, look at banks, guys. Look at banks. Ethereum code, right? A software, technology, all right? I don't know how much more I have to say about it. It already is replacing banks, financial institutions, financial entities, okay? Because why? Well, because it's decentralized. It has no point of failure, no central point of failure. It's not biased to anybody, okay? It's not going to let the people who are basically in control of it have a monopoly or monopolize something because they want to, okay? People are benefiting more from it than they do at the bank. So, basically, you guys can name any sort of staking protocol. You're going to get probably at least 10x return on putting your money in there than if you would just leaving it in cash at a bank. What do banks pay? What is the average? What's the average saving account interest rate right now? It's 0.5%, 0.5%. Are you fucking kidding me? So you can make $200 in 10 years? What the fuck is this? Right? Whereas, you can go and make 4, 5, 6, sometimes even up to 40%. And some of them are risky too, but some of those protocols you can make up to 40% if you just dematerialize your cash, rematerialize it, and do something like a stable coin, like USDC. Go stake it on a decentralized exchange with a 50-50 pair of whatever other token you want to put in a liquidity pool or whatever, right? There's a bunch of different ways to do that kind of stuff, right? But the point is, guys, if you have a problem with a bank and the bank does, or the bank, if you and the bank are both having problems with each other, the bank, since they own the bank and they control everything, even though you're the customer, the way that things appear is that we need them right now, right? We need the bank, we need you. Because how can you live life without a debit card? Well, you can now, but you couldn't about 5 years ago, right? Or a credit card or a checking account? Fuck no, right? But if the bank doesn't like something you're doing, or the bank just wants to bend you over and give you a little slap on the ass, they can do whatever the fuck they want to you, right? They can choose to not give you your money. They can choose to not let you use your money in a certain kind of way, right? And there's nothing you can really do about it. They'll just basically tell you yeah, sorry, you can't cash this check. You're going to have to bring it to another bank or something, right? Or whatever, just whatever. And I'm sure everyone's had problems with the banks before, right? That's because they're biased. Why are they biased? Because they have to, because they're greedy motherfuckers and they want to keep their money, right? They have to keep their business model alive. And basically their business model is essentially just essentially creating a false reality where you need them, when in actuality, they need us. They need us, because what do? They take your money and they loan it out to people. And we're not even going to get into the fractional reserve part of that, right? Let's see. Someone messaged me, says it's still buffering. Had to switch to 1044p to watch. Damn, dude. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what the hell is going on in here. Hopefully this just all works out in the end. But again, I'm just going to pretend, guys. Sorry, I'm just going to pretend that everything's all right. You guys can watch it on the repeat. But okay. So what's next too? Insurance, guys. Anyone has ever had a hard time dealing with an insurance company? I'm sure you guys have, right? Insurance is a pain in the ass to deal with. And what is the insurance company's business model? Why do we have insurance, guys? Why do we have insurance? Obviously because, basically insurance is really a Ponzi scheme, if you ask me. But we have insurance because we're legally required to do so, right? Even if you have a vehicle and you don't drive it, technically you legally, like in some areas and in some certain cases, they're still going to force you to pay for insurance. Why? Because it's a fucking Ponzi, people. You have to wake up, okay? It's a fucking Ponzi. And what is the insurance company's business model? To not give you money, to make you give them money every month, and in case I have an accident and I can use them, which obviously it does happen sometimes, right? But how fair are they about it? They never want to give you your money. They never want to give you the right amount of money. They want to put you through the ringer. They want to make you wait like 2 or 3 months. They want to cause all these problems and yada, yada, yada. Well, what if we put that in a smart contract? And what if we ran that smart contract on this network? Is someone going to be biased? Is the code going to be biased and say, hey, no, I don't like this guy because he's this color skin, or he's this ethnicity, or he has this name, or I don't like short Italian dudes, and fuck Josh, we're not going to give him his money. No, it's not going to do that, right? It's not going to do that. It's just the code is just going to fucking pay me the money that it's supposed to pay me, because that's how it was set up and worked, right? That's how code is not biased, guys, unless someone writes it to be biased, which, again, the Ethereum network, the smart contracts are publicly visible to everybody. It's not like these other things in Normie Web where we have to, like, your proprietary code, we have to hide it from people. We can't let people know that in reality we take 1/100th of a penny from every transaction and put it into a third account. And that's how we kind of make an extra couple $1 million a year. But don't tell anybody that. Forgot my tinfoil hat, but that's definitely something that happens for sure. Max Dignitas in the chat says, banks need your money to survive. Yes, they do, my friend. Cody Mouse says, I'm chilling at 1080p, just connected to his Wi-Fi, man. Pablo will give you the password. Guys, my password is PASSWORD. Shh, don't tell anybody. That's my seed phrase. All 12 words are password. Don't tell anybody. All right. So what's next, guys? What's next with that? The only thing that's left to dematerialize and to rematerialize is corporations. That's it. So, and it's coming. Trust me, it is coming because technology is there, and people are going to cast their vote by using these protocols as opposed to using the normie protocols. Okay. Software is going to continue to eat up everything until, it either makes our lives incredibly better or it makes our lives a lot worse. We're going to have to see how that goes. Okay. But the point is, software is eating up the world. Okay. And the last things that it hasn't eaten up yet are basically just the financial system and huge corporations. Okay. And in essence, it actually has eaten up corporations and the financial system too, but it's only done that in Web 2, right? It's just going to continue its way to Web 3. And they're either going to have to acquiesce and get on the bus or get out the way, or they're going to have to, well, maybe they'll be, maybe JP Morgan will be groveling at our feet, begging us for some bread in the future. I don't know. We'll see. I would give them bread. Wouldn't you guys give JP Morgan bread? I would. I appreciate Goldman Sachs too. I like their credit cards. They're nice. But other than those, actually, we'll go with Goldman Sachs. We like them a little bit more. But they're going to have to get on the train or get the fuck out the way, right? Do you guys think this is going to stop? No, it's not. We haven't severely changed anything in humanity so far through tech. Or excuse me, we have changed everything in humanity so far severely through tech and IT, except for the things that I just mentioned beforehand. Okay. And that's all that's next, guys. That's it. All right. So is this a good or a bad thing? For now, I would say the way that it's leading right now, it is a good thing. Okay. Especially if you talk about Web3. I really think that a majority of businesses and business models can be replaced with something as simple as throwing it into a smart contract and putting on Ethereum somewhere and having a protocol that people can, let's just say, okay, I'm just going to make this up at the top of my head. All right. And I don't know, I'm probably going to have some holes in this little idea that I have, but I'm not ever going to do this because I don't have the desire to do this, but it's just an idea. All right. So what if I'm tired of paying for Web 2 insurance companies, right? What if I'm tired of paying Geico $160 a month for them to never give me any money, even if I get in an accident, all right? And then they want to make me pay a $2,000 or $1,000 deductible. Why do I have to pay that much money? Like, basically, if you look at that over 6 years' time, they're getting a boatload of money. Maybe I don't even get into a single accident, and I get zero money, right? So basically, I just paid money to a Ponzi scheme and lost all of it, right? But you got to be a good boy. You have to pay for insurance because that's what they tell you to do, guys. No, and in all seriousness, if you wreck someone's car, you're responsible for fixing it. But what if we had a protocol that was written in code that just made people pay the minimum amount that would be required for a pool of participants, and actually, like, I don't know, maybe everyone that's insured on this protocol pays like $5 a month, all right? And then, maybe they grow yield off it. So, as the longer amount of time that you pay into this protocol, actually the less amount of money you have to pay. So maybe after a year, you only pay $4, and then a year you pay $3, right? And every time someone has an accident, maybe that smart contract can, use an Oracle system to find out through some database if your car actually got into an accident or not, check police reports, and just let us know whether or not the accident was your fault or not, right? And then if it is your fault, then automatically, you'll just have some funds from the liquidity pool posted into your wallet or into your bank account, right? Now, how is that possible? Because how would it be possible to pay only $5 a month for insurance? Well, it's simple. You don't have middlemen who are basically just taking up space and just being leeches. That's all they are, leeches, right? Because if you can just write code to do all this stuff, why do you need 10 managers and a giant building in New York City and all these different bills you have to pay and all your 500 different employees on your paybook? That's why they make people pay so much money, because they have a corporation to run and pay for. All right, you're basically paying for the corporations to just sustain life. You are sustenance to them. But if we threw this into code and wrapped it up on some kind of smart contract protocol, that code wouldn't give a fuck if, like I said, the code wouldn't care about whether or not you're unliked by them. In fact, the code wouldn't dislike you at all. It's just code. It would just do its job, right? So that's number one. It would be more fair. Number two, there's no middlemen to pay out. There's no just zombie middlemen to pay out. So you can actually afford to pay rates such as low as like $5 a month, right? This is not going to stop, guys. This is not going away anytime soon. The only way it can stop, but it's not just going to stop on its own. The only way it's going to stop is if, something happens and they stop it. Cody Mouse says, Chase can lick the bottom of my deal sleds at the steps of the Citadel. Yes, they can. All right, guys. The first stream was like 15 minutes, and this one was 33 minutes. I don't even know if the streaming is working correctly. I have people messaging me on Telegram telling me that they're having problems with it. So I really don't know what to do. I don't want to sit here and waste too much time. But the point is, guys, look, we'll if you take anything away from this episode tonight, take this away. Software is eating the world. Code is a black hole. All right. Code is a black hole. This is a black hole. Okay. Bitcoin is a black hole. This is a black hole. Ethereum is a black hole. All these things, they're all black holes. All right. They're all black holes for the old traditional system. And it's not going to be around much longer. Right. And maybe the world splits up into two different sides: people that want to be controlled and people that don't want to have the responsibility for having to deal with protocols like these. Because, guys, if you deal with protocols like these, you are the one who's responsible. You are, right? And most people don't want that responsibility. So maybe the normies will stay around on Web 2, and they won't want to, they won't want to go and partake in that other stuff. Or maybe they wake up. Maybe they say, "Hey, I actually want to be responsible for my own financial life. I want to be responsible for things like that." And maybe we have a house divided. Maybe we don't. Tom Graff in the house says, "Howdy, Tom. How are you?" Hold on, guys. Let me pick up my fluffy pills, guys. 1 second. All right. Okay. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Well, one just fell off again. Oh well. It took a bunch of other things with it. All right, guys. So again, I'm just going to end it here because I don't really know if this stream is even working 100% or not. But I hope that made sense to you guys. Hope you guys took something away from that. And yeah, if anybody has anything that they think that I probably should have added to that discussion, when the video ends, just drop a comment and let me know. And maybe, guys, maybe the dematerialization of and the dematerialization of the real world and the rematerialization of it into software, maybe it's not that bad of a thing. You know, if we can use things like this, right? And we have things like the other guy that fell on the floor. But Wade says, I'm listening to driving tractor. You driving a tractor, Wade? Tom says, all good here. Been enjoying the replays. Finally caught the live stream. Thank you, my friend. Guys, if you're in here and you're watching the playback and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you guys value my content, subscribe and give me some love by pressing the like button as well. I don't think the like even does anything in the algorithm anymore, but it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good inside. It's like a little bit of dopamine every day, a little bit more every day. You guys want me to keep going? What do you guys want? It looks like the stream might be working fine now. I don't know. So what else? I guess we can talk about this at least real quick too. What else tends to be a huge nuisance to people and hasn't been eaten up by software, eaten up by code? Anyone? If you guys think you can make a great guess, type it in the chat. Let me know what you think, because I already know what my answer is. I'd say the government. Back in the day, the government used to be like 1/10 of our population. Now, Dr. Fauci, 2 whales vibes. Dr. Fauci, 2 America vibes. Oh God. Laundry. I don't think. Well, I mean, maybe we could maybe you can make we can make an app in the App Store that, you know, you can get a robot that comes with the purchase of the app, kind of like the little robot that cleans your floors, the Roomba or whatever that is. And the robot, you press the button, and the robot brings your laundry to the washer and dryer and washes and dries it. I don't know, but what I was thinking, guys, was the government. What I was saying earlier, again, back in the day, in the beginning of the country, only 1/10 of the percentage of the population was in the government. It was actually less than that. But now, like 25% of our population is government employees, right? My mom is a government employee. All right, a lot of people I know are government employees. Okay, Tom Graff, government is a better answer. Yeah, man. So basically, we have this entity called government. And what do they really do for us, guys? Can you guys think of anything that the government has done for you, at least in the value of the tax dollars you have paid, to benefit you in the last, I don't know, 5 years? All right, and stimmy checks don't count. All right, guys, stimmy checks don't count because they actually hurt all of us in the end. I can't name anything, right? The city that I came from, that I just moved from, obviously I live in Miami, Florida now, but the city that I came from, the streets were like fucking 300 years old, right? And people pay a boatload of property taxes in that city, in the city of good old New Orleans, Louisiana. Where does that money go? Like, all the infrastructure of that city is absolute trash and garbage. The sewage and water department is it's just a shit show. Like, they're just going... The sewage to water department of New Orleans is broke. They're broke, and they're so far in the red that they're just basically a zombie company, because they're not even a real company anymore. They're a government entity now, right? These utilities, these things used to be like private entities. Now they're not completely private anymore, right? St. Chocolate says boomers. Can we dematerialize boomers and rematerialize them into software? God, maybe, dude. Maybe by the time that the boomers are all gonna, maybe the time the boomers are all gonna pass away. John, shout out to Modern Life Dating. Congratulations, John. Your shadow banned and the video won't load. now give me a moderator. Yeah, I will indeed do that. Give me 1 second. Am I shadow banned? What's going on, guys? They hate me already, don't they? YouTube hates him. I shadow banned myself by talking about things that we're not supposed to discuss, guys. Oh no. Because don't forget, we have to be good little boys, okay? We can't talk about the government. Shh, don't talk about the government, because if we talk about them, that might upset somebody. That might make them angry. So just remember, guys, be good boys, right? Be good boys. And if you're a girl out there watching too, be a good girl too, right? Why not? Yeah, the last time you guys have gotten value out of your tax dollars from the government, that's probably why I'm shadow banned. They hate me because I'm speaking the truth, guys. Speaking the goddamn truth about taxes. So what if we were to apply that same theory to the government that we talked about this, right? Right? What if we applied that? Okay. So in that case, okay. What is the original intention? What is the original point of the government? All right. The original point of the government is to basically just collect. Well, in America, if you guys were there for my 4th of July, the original intent of the government was not to collect taxes. But let's just say we need to give some money, all right, a modicum amount of money to this organization so that we can feed an army to defend us, okay, and to fix infrastructure, all right? And if we have a court system, we have a couple employees, okay, that's fine. All right, we have employees that need to be paid. All right, now, do we need to have 25% of all of our entire society to be government employees? Something not seeing off about that to you? Why the fuck do you guys think our tax dollars are so damn high? Dude, my internet is fine. There's a hurricane going on over here right now. I don't know what is going on. I've never, ever had this problem so far, guys. So excuse me, guys. You got to connect to Josh's Wi-Fi. Yeah, guys, if you guys really want to be able to view the show, you guys need to change your Wi-Fi. Go in the top right of your phone, your computer, all right? And then just click the drop-down button and connect to Josh's Wi-Fi. You should, no matter where you guys are, I guarantee you guys are going to see Josh's Wi-Fi. Do it now. Let me know if you see it. I will tell you guys the password. Yep, don't forget to hit up Pablo for the password. So what if we removed all that, guys? What if we changed the internet, we decompartmentalized it and recompartmentalized it into software? Well, for one, we could do away with probably 75% of the governmental employees. Now, they're not. I'm not like helping myself grow on YouTube by talking about this stuff, all right? But I mean, I'm being 100% objective and honest. Okay, my mom is a government employee, so sorry, mom, you're fucked. But she's gonna retire like at probably like 2 months anyway, so it doesn't really matter to her. But and then my mom's mom was a government employee. Okay, so like, if code sucked up the government and could perform all the positive functions the government's actually supposed to do, which they don't anymore, right? They don't. Again, when's the last time you guys have gotten some actually benefits out of paying your Uncle Sam dues, right? We probably shouldn't even. I'm scared to say the word taxes on YouTube. So probably shouldn't even say that word. So we'll just say Uncle Sam fees from now on. So nobody's received any benefit from paying their Uncle Sam fees. All right, guys. And no, guys, the stimulus checks don't count because what you guys don't realize is that because of those stimulus checks, you're gonna have to pay more Uncle Sam fees. Okay, but just wait. You guys we might not feel it now, but trust me, you guys will in about a year, right? Maybe a year or two, maybe by like next week. All right, but if we dematerialize the government and rematerialize it in something like a smart contract, all right, then we can knock out a bunch of middlemen. So our Uncle Sam fees should drop to the most minuscule amount that they need to be, that is required to get the job done. Okay, there's no need to pay more money than what's required to get the job done. All right, it's simple as that. I mean, this is just basic business, okay, guys? And since the government wants to act like they're a business, we should treat them like they're a business. We do the same thing to them that we're doing with the financial system right now as well. And also, on top of that, the other benefit is if we were to codify, let's say codify sounds too much like another word. That's probably not the best word to say for that instead. But if we were to, again, dematerialize the government and rematerialize them in the form of software, what else are we doing other than just knocking out middlemen that are just leeches on the system and are doing absolutely nothing but collecting our money, which therefore increases our taxes? What else do we do? Well, we get rid of biasness inside of these entities, inside of these organizations, inside of these governments. And why is that? Because software doesn't care, okay? It doesn't care about what color skin you are. It doesn't care about if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't care if you made a bunch of money, catching fish, or if you made a bunch of money writing software, or if you made a bunch of money through real estate or cryptocurrency or whatever, right? The government doesn't care because this doesn't care. This is it's a decentralized network that is not controlled by a single entity. All right. There's no singular point of failure. Okay. It's not human. It's literally not human. Okay. So we no longer have to worry about this crazy, I don't even know if I should say these three little words. The first one is this word, this letter, guys. Think about the rainbow people. Okay, guys, the people with the pink in their heads, usually like have like a bunch of like nose piercings and like, they're of one gender and they want to pretend like they're another gender. And I'm not talking about those kind of guys. I'm talking like, guys, come on guys, the rainbow people, but not those rainbow people. All right. The SJWs. Okay. There, I said it. The SJWs. All right. It doesn't care if code doesn't care if you're an SJW. It doesn't care if you're black. It doesn't care if you're white. It doesn't care if you're a dirty greasing Italian Dago Wop in South Beach, Miami. Okay, it doesn't care. So it's not going to be biased towards you. All right, it's just going to simply verify, or it's just going to simply say like, hey, did this criteria happen? So I don't know, if we replace judges with code, then it would just simply say, okay, did this person do X, Y, or Z? If they did, then we need to select on a list from 1 to 10 a penalty for this person, where 10 is the highest penalty based off of their exact situation and 1 is the lowest penalty. And I'm just throwing out a random judge courtroom algorithm in my head, okay? And it would probably be a little bit more complex than that, right? But there's an algorithm is not going to care, okay? This doesn't care about your personal life. This doesn't have an agenda, okay? This doesn't have an agenda. It's not just trying to maintain its career job as a politician, okay? This doesn't have an agenda either, okay? None of these things do. All right? And this doesn't even have to be on a cryptocurrency platform, okay? It doesn't have to be on the Bitcoin network. It doesn't have to be on the Ethereum network. Although if it is on a decentralized network, it is going to have some sort of currency that incentivizes people to use the thing properly. Because the only reason that these things work is because they have the currency that incentivizes people to keep them secure and to keep them afloat and to keep them going. Okay. Besides the ideology, like obviously there's a bunch of like Bitcoin maxis out there who would Max Keiser. I know Max Keiser, guys, Max Keiser probably has, he probably has like over 1 million Bitcoin, if not very close to 1 million Bitcoin. All right, Max Keiser is okay. Max Keiser is probably one of the most low-key literal billionaires on the planet, and he would never sell a Bitcoin, at least now, because to him, converting Bitcoin back into fiat is just defeats the purpose of the whole protocol to begin with. So people like that exist, okay, but you still need to have some sort of like monetary reward and penalty for people to be incentivized to do the right thing. That's the only way that these decentralized things work. And with this new technology you have, with blockchain technology, with all these things, okay, we don't have to worry about this bias bullshit anymore, okay? We don't have to worry about this bias bullshit anymore. It can just work with code, okay? Now, does that mean there's not going to ever be problems? Of course not. Okay. Especially when there's stuff like a new technology. There's always going to be problems with new technology. Okay. It's just how it goes, guys. It's par for the course. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, so here's a new example. I'm not gonna say it, guys. I'm not gonna say it because if I say it, maybe people will be upset. But you know this, the thing that they put, they put like this into you. They're like, hey, come here, we'll give you free beer and a free gram of weed if you come here and you take this thing. And then they press a little button, once inside of you, and then some juice goes inside of your muscle bellies that the thing was put into. Perfect example right there. Anytime we have a new technology, a new scientific breakthrough, it's going to have fucking problems, right? It's not going to be optimized to be safe, side effect free, and in this case, technology user friendly. All right. Well, I mean, that's just how it goes. All right. So yeah, it's not going to be perfect. Okay. But the more time that we spend to sort these problems out and make them perfect, the better they become. Okay. Now, what are some other problems? All right. Some other problems are, oh wow. Sorry guys. I didn't realize the chat was lit up there for a second. Okay. Yes. This is the answer. The answer to that question. Alphabet Mafia, modern life dating. This guy gets it. Yes. Saying the J word in this channel, and that's coming from Sam, which I think is funny. Saint Chocolate says Simple Jack Wookiees. Yeah, Simple Jack Wookiees, exactly. Cody Mouse, Jesus. We all need Jesus, Cody Mouse. Japanese, justice. Yes, we need Jesus. We need Japanese, and we need justice. Okay, guys. Ni hao. The bagel people. The bagel people. The bagel people. I get it. Okay. Jesus DCA's into ETH. Yeah, if Jesus was alive, he'd be DCAing into ETH. Saint Chocolate says Lee Ho Ma. Cody Mouse, what kind of bagel? I prefer blueberry bagels, Cody. Yes, juice in the muscle bellies. Juice. Yes. I think Josh is cool. He is part bagel. Yes, guys. I am indeed a quarter bagel. All right. I'm not a full Italian. I'm a dirty half breed. I'm only 75% Italiano, and I'm 25% bagel. But nobody knows that. You guys can't tell this thing right here. It's slightly bagel shaped. Christian Soto, Big Mac emojis in the chat. I just shot juice in muscle bellies. Yes, we need to shoot that. That kind of juice is fine to shoot in muscle bellies, Saint Chocolate, but we don't want the other kind of juice that I was talking about. But again, these things, these anytime something new comes out, it's always going to have problems, guys. So when people say like, "Oh, this can never be done," if someone talk about Bitcoinization, what is that? That's a crazy word. Look, they're gonna make fun of the Bitcoinization word. Let's throw another word back at them: Bitcoin derangement syndrome. All right. If you can't accept what is going on right now, then I don't know what to tell you. All right. Perfect example. All right. Guys, we have countries, El Salvador, using this as legal tender. Okay. So if you don't see that that's happening, if you don't see that literal software is replacing antiquated stuff, antiquated protocols, antiquated things, then you literally have you have Bitcoin derangement syndrome. Okay, you do. You literally have Bitcoin derangement syndrome. If you feel that way, then I don't know. Unsubscribe, close the computer, take the laptop, take your phone, throw it across the room. I don't know, but I mean, if you don't understand that that's the case, you have Bitcoin derangement syndrome, and this is going to continue to evolve over and over and over again, and to the point to where everything that can be optimized, okay, through software for the benefit of humanity, okay? And I'm not talking about like technological unemployment, all right? Although this is going to entail technological unemployment, but I do believe, and on a small scale, all right? So if you guys work for banks, I'm sorry, bank employees, I got some bad news, but don't worry, it's going to be okay because there's going to be more opportunities for you elsewhere. And you too, government employees, I'm sorry, bro, I got some bad news. It might not be that great for you in the next 10 years, but don't worry. You will have opportunities elsewhere. Now, if you are a governmental employee, like the son of a certain politician that likes to do nefarious things, there probably is no opportunities for you elsewhere. But for the people who actually are government employees that are good people, there will be some. Bitcoin derangement syndrome mania. Yes, indeed, Max. Add BDS to the DSM. Yes, BDSM. Yes. And Bitcoin derangement syndrome mania. BDSM. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you guys. That was my mind's blown. Thank you. We now have a new phrase. Bitcoin derangement syndrome mania. BDSM. Sam Prachinsky says in the chat, bank employees are the worst. Once you have to move big money, that's when the friction turns up to 11. Yeah. Go ahead. Try to take out, go to your bank right now, guys. Try to go to any bank branch and try to take out $10,000 in cash right now. Right now. Go see how easy that is for you. Your government leech, Cody? It's okay, Cody. Don't worry. You will have opportunity elsewhere. Do not worry. I'm not being facetious about that either. Okay, because as these things, as the dematerialization of the real world rematerializes itself elsewhere, okay, that brings these jobs and opportunities from one place and reallocates them into another place. All right. So this isn't like a doom and gloom grim kind of thing. This is actually a good thing for all of us. Okay. Alvaro Castro Sid, what is up, Fido? He put the orange emojis in the chat. Yes, guys. If you guys can post, give me some of these in the chat if you can. Let me see if I still got them in here. Yeah, I do. Hold on. All right, guys, here we go. Give me some orange pill emojis in the chat. Copy and paste those guys. Blow that fucker up. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know, guys. They need to know now. Okay. Everyone needs to take this. I know this is quite a large suppository, all right? It's probably way too big for most of you guys to fit up your sphincter, but trust me, okay? When you take the orange pill, you become just as revitalized and just as reawakened that as you did when you originally took the Crimson Capsule, okay? Because you come to realize, just like the way that we were told lies about the Crimson Capsule when we were all blue capsuled, okay? Just like when we were told those lies, and then we finally took that Crimson Capsule, we realized, hey, a lot of this stuff is a fucking lie. Why was I lied to my whole life about that thing? When you take this one, it's the same thing. It's just as revitalizing. It's just as mind-boggling. It's just as reawakening as when you took the first one, okay? So let the normies know, guys. Let the normies know they need to take the orange pill as well. Because if they don't take this, then, well, here, look. You see this emoji, this guy up here, this little egg at the top right of the screen? If they don't take the orange pill, it's going to take all their money. So that's great. That's fine. If they don't want to take it, that's great. It will eventually take them. It will eat them. Because Bitcoin is a Trojan horse. It's literally doing its job as we speak. It's the game theory for Bitcoin is written in the code, guys. That's what it was designed for. So, I mean, there might be some truth behind the fact that this stuff was written by the CIA or whatever. All right, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog crying in the background. I had to lock him in the room because he was being very, very bad boy. But the world is going to continue to be dematerialized and rematerialized in the form of software. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Okay, guys. It's really not. I'm gonna try to be serious now. It's really not the end of the world, all right? Like, there is going to be so much. There already is, but there's going to be so much more opportunity right now. Like, let's talk about blockchain. What is blockchain's primary use for right now? Cryptocurrencies. Blockchain can be used for a fuck ton more than cryptocurrencies. Which, again, to properly incentivize people to use it correctly, without it being run by a singular entity, there needs to be some sort of monetary punishment and benefit for people to either use or abuse this thing. So from now on, there probably will be some sort of currency associated with each protocol, okay, just to make sure that protocols run safely. But these things are going to venture away from being just focused on NGU or number go up technology, okay? They're going to be focused on real life application, all right? It's a government chain, whatever you want to call it, okay? The people that are going to develop that code, they're not going to do it because they want to like unemploy people in the government. They're going to do it because maybe impartially they do it because of that, but they're going to do it because they want to help make the world a better place. Okay. They want to do it because they don't want to have to be bothered by things that are preventing them from living out the sovereign life of what they choose to live. These people just want to be left alone. It's like I've talked to you guys before. Like most of the time, I just want to fucking be left alone. I don't want to have to deal with all this extra fugazi BS that we have to put up with all the time. All right. So Christian Soto says hashtag free light. Guys, I actually have a second camera that I got now, and I'm gonna put the second camera up, and I'm gonna make that the light camera. But what I'm gonna do is whenever I get to 1,000 subscribers, so guys, if you're in here watching, you haven't subscribed, please subscribe right now. Do it, or I don't know. I'll take this as a suppository in front of everybody, and you guys won't want to see that because it'll be painful. All right, but you guys better do it. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to get the light cam and then just, I don't know, let people give donations to Light. And every time somebody gives $1 donation, I can tell Light a certain command or whatever. I don't know what to figure that out, but I don't want to incentivize Light to act hyperactive and crazy because he's already got too much of that hyperactivity and attention to him. And he actually hears me talking about him right now. So he's literally scratching on the door. So, Sam Perchinski says decentralized fat shaming is next. Bitcoin is the wave of the future. Tom Graff says facts. They are starting to use it as a trustless transaction ledger in oil and gas. Okay. Yeah. Another example right there. Perfect example. Max Dignitas, Twitch plays Light. Yeah. Light plays Twitch. Twitch plays Light. I missed this one. Fido says it will eat everything. It is. And it is literally going to eat everything, guys. It's going to eat fucking everything. But don't let this stress you guys out, okay? Look, if it doesn't make sense to dematerialize, if it doesn't make sense for software to eat something up and rematerialize it in the form of software, then it's not going to happen. But if it does make sense for it to do it, then it is going to happen. And it is going to cause some people to lose their jobs. Would you guys care if, hold on 1 second. I don't want to say her name. Hold on 1 second. Real quick, guys. Let me look this lady up. Oh, I don't want to say her name. She's like Voldemort. Okay. All right. 1 second, guys. I'm going to, guys, take a look at the screen. Take a look at the screen right about now. Okay. Would you guys care if this lady lost her job? That's what I thought. Okay. So some people are going to lose their jobs, okay? But it's going to bring more jobs to create these protocols and to maintain them on the tail end, okay? And this is just the redistribution of all these things. Look, guys, that's why the only reason why governments and corporations haven't hated software so much until now is because before it was benefiting them. Now, because of this, and because of this right here, okay, now all of a sudden, code bad, orange coin bad, right? Now all of a sudden, which is what is the orange coin, guys? It's just fucking code. That's it. It's just software. Now all of a sudden it's bad. All right, well, we know why it's bad, because it's a threat to them, okay? It's a threat to these corporations too. A lot of people have made a lot of money this year off of just basically speculating on some of these digital assets, okay? And not even just that. I mean, we talked about this earlier in the episode, but there's all kinds of different ways that you guys can just make money and yield farm, quote unquote yield farm, in cryptocurrencies, right? And people aren't wanting to go back to their shitty wagey Wojak jobs because they're like, what the fuck? Like, I just made 3 years with a salary in 2 months. Why would I ever do that? And so, and plus these protocols are opening up and beginning to replace a lot of old entities that are just antiquated from now on. Another example just popped into my head: the Synthetics Network. The Synthetics Network, guys. What is our place? That basically, like, It basically puts Wall Street on the blockchain. You think they're going to like that? No, of course not. So I think I'm going to call it there, guys, because I don't even know if the stream is still like 100% synced up. We're at an hour and 5 minutes, all right, and we went 10 minutes the first stream, and I think we basically wasted the first 20 minutes of this stream because of all technical difficulties. But hold on, guys, 1 second. All right. Don't forget, you need to take this, okay? Tell your brothers, tell your sisters, tell your mothers they need to take the orange pill, okay? Because if not, I don't know what else to tell you other than have fun staying poor. That's all I got tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys are watching, you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I will be eternally grateful and thankful to you. And guys, if there's something that I missed, again, that you guys thought I should have covered in this topic tonight, drop a comment below, and I will cover it again in the future if it actually is something that's not just dumb. Okay, guys? Josh from Meatloaf Program, I'm out. Later.